Morning traders, it's Peter Thompson, Senior Mentor of 1 Billion Signal, sponsored by Merit Forex. It's March 14th and the big week has finally come. Federal Reserve interest rates on Wednesday, and I think that the chance is almost 100% to see the interest rate hikes. The Federal Reserve to lift the interest rates up from 0.25% to 0.5, something that haven't happened for quite some time, and just simply this is going to bring definitely a lot of volatility in the market, and the market started consuming this event, as I love to say, even in advance. The majors are reaching critical resistance, as you can see on the chart in front of you on the Euro US dollar 1.1122. Absolutely clear bounce from the levels. We've been discussing this level last time and the times before, and definitely it's pretty logical to see this bounce here right on the top. We're gonna get back to the charts in about a minute. Let's take a look what's going on the calendar. We have a slow start of the week. Monday practically have no major events. We are starting directly from Tuesday. We have claimant count change in UK 7 a.m. GMT, PPI report in US 12:30 GMT, and this is it for Tuesday. Wednesday, jumping directly on Wednesday because we're gonna have very volatile events. Wednesday we start with core retail sales and retail sales 12:30 GMT. At the same time exactly we have inflation report for Canada. 2:30 p.m. crude oil inventories. Crude oil is drops actually nearly 18% from the top. For just few days, we are talking about $22 per barrel. That's a huge drop. Yes, I know the push to the upside was also very huge, but also the correction is huge. So that's why I told you so many times, be careful by taking buy trades on the top, because once the correction occurs, we are going to see this correction big. Federal Reserve interest rate decision, 6 p.m. GMT. Big event, the event of the week, the event of the month, and I would even say event of the year, because the Federal Reserve interest rate decision is going to bring a lot of volatility in the market. Usually, higher interest rate is not good for the shares and stocks in United States. So if we see continuation of the drop of S&P 500, we definitely can see strength of the US dollar, something that we've been observing for a couple of months right now. You can see it on the Euro US dollar chart. When we see the Euro US dollar dropping, we simply seeing the US dollar is strengthening. Thursday we have employment change 12:30 right after midnight for Australia. Inflation report 10 a.m. GMT for Eurozone. In CPI, of course, we've been all expecting to see the inflation going up. Interest rate decision in UK 12. That's also very huge. Quickly to remind you, the BOE was the first bank to start lifting the interest rates. They did it previously 0.25 to 0.5. Right now, according to forecast, we've been expecting to see 0.75%, which is a very big sign, and it's going to affect the GBP. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Initial jobless claims 12:30 GMT, and that's for Thursday. And we have interest rate decision also in Russia. I'm laughing because they increased the interest rates to 20% last time, which was absolutely insane. It happened about a few days ago because of what's happening in Russia. You know what's going on between Russia and Ukraine, the conflict. And right now the forecast is to see 9.5% again. I really don't want to take any comments on that because just simply nobody knows what's exactly going to happen. The situation there is extremely volatile. Many people are asking me, shouldn't it be a good idea to trade the Russian ruble? Absolutely no. It's gonna be a pure gambling, guys. So it's if you want to trade it, go and trade it, but I wouldn't touch something so volatile. Core retail sales in Canada 12:30 on Friday, and 2 p.m. existing home sales. So that's it on the calendar. Many events except Monday, of course. Let's take a look what's going on the charts because they're very interesting currently. The Euro US dollar is holding 0.0918, the current price. I'm gonna even zoom in to see how just how clear was that bounce. Yes, even this line was a little bit below the 1.1121, absolutely insanely clear, and bounced in order to aim for the lows once again, 200 pips. This was absolutely insane short trade for those who taken it. Very, very good job. GBP USD, quickly to remind you, we have interest rate decisions on Thursday. GBP is heading down, which is kind of surprising, to be honest, because the interest rate lifting is going to give actually positive push to the GBP, most probably. For now, we have no support level, not good idea to buy GBP. And this is happening exactly because of the strength of the US dollar, not because of the weakness of the Great British Pound. And we've been expecting, stronger USD exactly because of the Federal Reserve on Wednesday. Australian USD on the other side is also pushing down, but at the same time the impact, I mean, it's like the movement is much lower than euro and the GBP, just 120 pips. How does that sound? Just 120 pips. Even this is a big movement for any forex currency pairs. A pair for just 2 days, we have 120 pips drop. The price reached resistance 0.7411, bounce back in order to test the support. So quickly reversal to the upside, quick reversal to the upside 0.7365, and breaking out the support level in order to head to 0.7170. So that's why we just have to wait. I would wait in this case because, as you can see, started creating higher highs, higher lows. The other way around, we've seen a couple of very big drops of the Australian dollar, so I am not touching the AUD for now, but it's logical to see the Australian and the New Zealand dollar going up, because anyway these countries are far away from the conflict, economically and of course and practically speaking, because geopolitically as well. So that's why Australian is right now considered as low volatility compared to the rest of the currency pairs. Of course, New Zealand USD kind of similar. So we've seen just 100 pips drop from the top. Is 140 for the last week. 0.6783 is the current price, as you can see in front of you. And let's see if this is a breakout or just a false breakout, because as you can see, it's kind of struggling to break out this level. Tried once, after that again, and just right now is trying to breaking out the support level. It can reach 0.6702. Just if you take a look, we have lower highs with the double tops here, 0.69, big round number. New Zealand is also very uncertain currently according to its price action. USD Canadian, and I'm going directly to crude oil because it's absolutely crazy. So we see 24, 22, 23, 24 anyway dollars per barrel drop from the top to the current price 106.41. Many times we've been discussing crude oil, many times I've been asked what to do with the crude oil, so be very careful by taking buy trades on the top. I told you so many times, and I hope none of you taken any buy trades on the top. So 104.50. The next support is just $84.85 per barrel here around this resistance level. So the price reaching this level is not gonna be so hard, because even though what's going on about the war, usually the crude oil consumption is going up during the war, but still the scale of the war, I'm not trying to of course make it small or something, but it's just the scale is not so huge, and I really hope it's not gonna get bigger, but it's still not so huge to bring crude oil to $200. Some analysts actually discussing $300 per barrel, which in my opinion is ridiculous price at that stage. Of course, if the war becomes bigger, we can see $300 per barrel, but higher price is good for the crude oil producers, but super high price is definitely no, because the demand is going down significantly when the crude oil reaches super high price, and we talk about 150 $200 per barrel. Now 130, we've already reached that level a long time back, a few years ago, so it's not something that the market has never experienced. So that's why it's recovering so fast right now, and we can see $85 per barrel once again. So if we see the crude drop down, Canadian dollar dropping down, and USDCAD pushing up, something that's happening this since this morning, 50 pips up. Anyway, the USD Canadian dollar is in insane mess. If you take a look, the whole price action, the price is changing its direction significantly for a short period of time. So that's why I would be very careful by trading USD Canadian currently as well. And the levels, I'm keeping the same levels. The 1.2836 is my resistance, 1.2688 is my support, and this is it. USD Swiss, exactly very similar, okay, not exactly the same, but very similar price action on the USD Swiss compared to the USD Canadian. Take a look, total mess, ups and downs, ups and downs, and we just reached a very major resistance level, 0.9354. So sharp bounce from here is pretty possible. Don't even dream about taking buy trades on the USD Swiss at this specific level, because you can get caught very quickly. Just take a look. We have usually 150 pips drop, 190 pips drop. Here we have 290 pips drop. Yes, for a couple of days, not for one day, except this day here. We have here 150 pips drop for just a day. Insanely brutal volatility for a day. But USD Swiss is also standing at a point where it can reverse back very, very sharply. And USD Japan, absolutely ignoring everything and pushing up and up and up and up and up. I'm just going to zoom out a bit to see what's the price action here. We've been in a downtrend. The price started creating higher highs, higher lows, broken this resistance level. I've been expecting to see USD Japan going down significantly, even when the US indices were pushing up, which is a kind of indication of a decreasing US dollar. The same time, the USD Japanese was just ignoring completely what's going on and was skyrocketing to the upside, ignoring, as you can see, every resistance level possible. 116.33 is my support level right now. We can start looking for some buy trades on the USD Japan, even though be careful, because usually the market behavior of the USD Japanese is pretty dynamic, and once it drops heavily. So the Japanese yen in this case is just dropping down like the euro, like the GBP. Japan is a part of NATO, so that's why it's very weak right now, as most of the currency pairs related to it, like euro, like GBP. So that's why be very careful by taking any short trades on the USD Japan. And practically speaking, this is it for today. Oh, also gold reached all-time highs to 2070 per 1 ounce and bounces back with nearly 4% drop. Also, I've been asked so many times about gold. On the all-time highs, I wouldn't buy. I would wait for a drop. Gold is having a very huge potential to a long-term uptrend to reach 2.5 thousand per ounce, even $3,000. It's not gonna be impossible. It's usually considered a safe haven asset class, like to diversify your risk. People are diversifying their risk with the inflation risk with with gold. And that's why 2.5 thousand per ounce is absolutely possible. Bitcoin volatility narrowing as waiting for the Federal Reserve interest rates. I told you so many times about correlation between US indices and Bitcoin. It's getting more and more positive, and Bitcoin kind of start following, not completely yet, but I think in the future it will start following the US indices. Not one-on-one, of course, but still, the correlation started being very clear, and I think the Federal Reserve interest rate, especially right now, is going to affect the Bitcoin prices. Not only the Bitcoin, all the cryptocurrency price, at least top five. Okay. Uh, anyway, they are related to the US dollar, so it's absolutely normal to see increased volatility on the cryptos around the Federal Reserve interest rate decision events. So this is it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to keep yourself posted. Share us and like us on the social medias. I'm gonna appreciate that. This is how you support our YouTube channel. This is it for today. Have fun and expect my new video on Wednesday. Bye.